Good morning. Today is the 30th of May and I'm still at the Retro Rides weekend for 2021. This is the second day of the event and the sixth video that I've filmed. I've so far done parts 1 to 5. The third, but the parts 1 to 3 were yesterday, and parts 2 to 6 are today. I might actually do a part 7 as well, if there is demand. I might do my other phone because this one's about to die. It's running out of battery and memory, so I have to switch the other one. And it's not as good in terms of the camera quality, so apologies for that. We'll start off with this 1991-1992 Ford Fiesta Mark III bonus. I think this would have been the 1 litre 1.1. And this is a Triumph Vitesse. It looks a bit like a Herald, but it's not. It's a Vitesse. It's a 2 litre 6-cylinder, 67-68 plate. Austin van, not a Morris Minor. An Austin van. My friend Jordan would like that. Mr. Jordan Partridge. But I'll just take a photograph of that for him with the other phone. Just while I have more than one phone on me, because that means I can do multiple things at once. Very, very interesting sort of colour and everything on that. There we go, got that. Okay, another BMW 7 Series. We saw an awful lot of these in the last part 5. And this one's got a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. So 98, that one. This is interesting. This is a Ford Fiesta Mark III. This is the classic version. They made the classic version for a couple of years after the beginning of the Mark IV. And this, so it's a P plate, so it would be a 96-97. And the Court Special Edition. Very shiny underneath. We've got a mirror to show us. Very nice. Airbag and sort of Mondeo Mark I mirrors, like the later ones. Corrado, don't know what engine this is. I'll have a look at the front in a second, but very late one. I think they finished production in 95. This is a 95. So, yes, a VR6. There we go. Narrow angle V6 engine. Ford Escort RS Mexico. I think we saw that yesterday. So, anything we saw yesterday, viewers, in parts 1 to 3, we're just going to run past quickly because I haven't got time to film too much today because the camera is running out of space and memory. But this is a Riley, I think it's a 468. This is G1970 on that. I don't know. That's what it says. I don't know what year this car is. It's difficult to say. That's the MG Magnet we saw yesterday, as is another car we saw yesterday. This Mark I Volkswagen Golf. I do apologize in advance if I'm getting interrupted by announcements and wind noise, and if I get information incorrect, if I trip over, that's just the way it goes on this channel. Another Mark II Golf GTI. This one's got big bumpers, 89-90 plates. Peugeot 106 GTI. Sounds like there's some kind of track action going on. It's the Auto Solo probably going on at the moment. Daihatsu Hijet. I think they still sell these, the Piaggio Porter. That's a 99. Very clean looking pre-facelift Mark II Volkswagen Polo, 89-90. Escort RS Turbo. Gosh, those planes make one, don't they? Ford Escort RS Turbo, 89-90. 205 GT. I think we saw that yesterday actually. Another 89-90 car. And is that an MG Metro? Yes, it is. Why is that on a P plate? Is this a Rover Metro with an MG front end or something? That's interesting. Yes, it is. It's actually a Rover 100 with rear and front ends of an MG Metro. That's crazy. Wow. And yeah, that's a K series out of a Caterham as well. Yeah, that's a bit fascinating. Interesting. Now, one part of the show we forgot to do yesterday, viewers, which would have been about part 2 or part 3, was this section here. I forget what it's called, but there are some very interesting cars here, some of which I've never seen before in my life. We'll start off with this W124 Mercedes-Benz. I don't know what engine this is, maybe a 300 T 8990 plate. What on earth is this? Toyota Sora Z20 manual. 88, 89 plate. Very different looking from the next generation, isn't it? E36 BMW 3 Series. There's that Honda Active that we saw again yesterday. It's quite a paint job of that. Another BMW 8 Series, and a Mazda 121 with an external radiator. Extraordinary. Don't see these much anymore. That interior, I think that might be the original interior actually for one of these. If it's a UK spec car, it might well be. This is an M-Reg, so a 94-95, with this sort of temporary Mazda logo they kind of had at the time. And Greta hates this, a 1968 to 69 Renault 11 Gordini. Rear engine, of course, in one of these. Look at that. It's pretty nippy. Another Mark II Escort. We've seen lots of these this weekend. 7980 plate, and not much recognisable. Ooh, 1991-92 Citroen AX GT. Gosh, I've not seen one of these in such a long time. Do we have the bottle holders in the doors for bottles of wine? We did, but they've been replaced by speakers, viewers. There we go, look at that interior in the dashboard. That is off, I think, a 106, that gear lever. Obviously it's a straight fit onto one of these because an AX and a 106 are very similar underneath. Still got a TU engine in it, but obviously been breathed on. I think it's standard, they were less than 100 horsepower these, so there we go. Nissan Power, I believe these are. These are from the Pike cars, a bit like the Figaro and the B1 and the S-Cargo. But just underneath here is a K10 Micra. It's extraordinary. It's got this really sort of 50s cities aesthetic to it. I've never seen one of these in real life before. I think they made them about 1990, maybe slightly before that. Figaro's I think a little bit later, maybe 91. This is an MX-5, but it's been modified at the front end to look, well, a bit different. It's definitely an MX-5 NA from the side of the doors. Vauxhall Viva, HC, very late one on an S, it'd be 7778. That's Magnum, sorry, 1700, so it'd be a Magnum rather than a Viva, it's got a larger engine. Very nicely kind of done in there, Nardi steering wheel. Another 240Z. We'll just go over there and take a look at those as well whilst we're here. Weirdly, this is the second Mazda pickup we've actually seen. And this is for sale. It's a 71-72, probably an American import because it's left-hand drive. I think they sold these as a Ranger as well, original Ranger. But yeah, it is a Mazda. We've got, as you can see, that steering wheel says Mazda, so it must be, that's the older Mazda logo. I don't know what engine this is. It's a BMW engine. Crazy. Another E36 coupe. There's an awful lot of those around. S14 Silvia, I think. Not very good at those. Mark III Escort. It says it was a 1.3 GL, but it's not a 1.3 GL anymore. I think the engine might have been slightly modified, viewers. This is Y plate, so 82, 83. It's not surprising everyone's taking a look at it because it is a very interesting car. I don't know what that is in there. What engine is that? RX-7. Thank you. A Wankel rotary. Extraordinary. Another E36 BMW. Ooh, Honda Legend Coupe, viewers. Honda Legend Coupe, yes, please. 94-95 plate. I do like that. It'd be even better if it had a beige leather interior, but it doesn't. It's a very nice car anyway. That is very nice. V6, of course. Very late Volvo 940, 940 Classic. R plate 97, 98. Production February 98. So there we go. Oh, he's trying to sell another car. I'll let this one though. I'll let a lot of viewers, but then you already knew that. 1982-83 Innocenti Mini. Now this was an Innocenti, which was like a sort of arm of British Leyland in the mid-70s. So we're an Italian company, and they remained in Italy, but they made an updated version of the Mini, which was this. So you can see we've got a few Mini bits in here, but some unique bits. Later these had Daihatsu engines, and I think they sold them right the way up until 1993. You had a facelifted edition called the Innocenti Small, I think they were called. So yes, it's fascinating. So 80 to 83 plate, but it looks like it's a 79 car, and Innocenti 120L. I think that's an A series with before the Data Master era of Innocenti, so a little bit before that. I've never seen one before in my life, viewers, so that's very fascinating for me. I can't believe, viewers, I almost left without taking a video of this 1982-83 Peugeot 104. I have not seen the 104, I don't think, for something like 20 years. Very similar to the Citroën LN and the Top Samba, which was the shorter version, the three-door version of one of these. It is a 104 GL. Very, very standard looking. I think the only difference between this and the standard one would be the colour of the wheels. I don't think they were white originally, but they're very smart though. Yes, my childminder's parents, when I was younger, had one of these. It wasn't this colour, it was, I think, a red colour, but I haven't seen one of these for ever so long. Wonderful. Oh wow. 1985-86 Toyota Celica Supra. Gosh, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. 85 Supra, so a very late one.
So anyway,
Bad interior. So typically 1980s Japanese interior. Here we have a couple of Civics. 79-80 plate, so this is, I think, is a second generation one. Well, it's not a second generation. It's 82-83 plate on that. This does look like the original one, so perhaps they did maybe a run-out model or something. So it's a very late Mark 1, and this is the Mark II. S by Turbo Technics. Ooh, that'll be fast. Again, you just don't see these around anymore. Ooh, another CRX. CRX exclusive. It's not quite a beige leather interior, so we won't get too excited about it, but that is very nice anyway. Mark II CRX at 1.8. Very nice, very fast. Right, I think it's time. Ooh. Is this a Beta SC? Viewers, Beta. I have never seen a Beta before in my life. This is basically based, I think, on an Opel Commodore chassis, and of course it's got a beige leather interior. It's right-hand drive as well. I didn't realise they even made Betas for right-hand drive. Opel door handles, Opel steering wheel, all sorts of different bits off the Opel range. Personal plate of this, Beta 3.9, I think Beta 3.9 SC. Wow. Another FB Mazda RX-7. Right, viewers, we're heading into the final section that I'm probably going to be filming here. This is 6 video I filmed. They're all about half an hour long, and you know, it's crazy. I can't possibly do everything here, otherwise I am just going to run out of memory on the phone and run out of battery as well. But oh, I've just seen a Peugeot 405. I think this might be a GTX Estate. Just a CB radio on one of those. which is an LX. It's a very late one, 96, 97. 1993, 1994 Rover R8 214i. I love R8s. I've owned two of them actually. I've owned two of those. Ford Escort Mark II 1.6 gear. It'll have the not the RS steering wheel. That's not standard, but seats are pretty standard. This will have the oh, it's got round headlamps. I thought we had square ones. We've seen this early Mark II before. Sapphire Cosworth, I think this one. If that's reflected genuine rather than a personal one, it'll be something like 87, 88. Another Mark I Cortina. Early one. It's not even got a suffix on it, so it would be a very early one. Burton engine, eh? Another Mark I Escort, 71, 72 plate. I think the seats are later than the car is. Don't even know what trim that is, I'm afraid. Another Isle of Wight plate. What? Volvo 940 Estate with Saab 9.5, I think those are, wheel trims. LPG conversion, like a lot of these Volvos. 940 Classics up to 9196. 88, 89 Volvo 740 SE. Another 940, 93, 94. We've seen that 240 before. We've seen that 240 before. It's spot for choice here. How many of these 940s and 740s are there? There's loads. Absolutely loads. I think we're just going to have to keep walking. I've got a 240 Estate here. I'm still trying to find, I think, is this metallic or non-metallic? I think this is Midnight Blue, which is the colour my mother's one was. She had an 89 240 GL catalyser, the G plate. This, I think, is possibly, it's not quite a Torslander. We're not quite that there yet, but it's a 92 beige interior. Yeah, this is what mother's look like, although hers, this is an SE, so it's a bit later. Original dealer sticker on it. Hers had sort of reflective tape on the bumpers and different wheels, but it's not too far off. 940 GLE, 740 GL. I'm just going to have to keep going, viewers. There's just too much here. Lots and lots of retro BMWs. We've seen loads of those. We've seen that Jetta before as well, and we've seen that Audi. We've seen that coupe, and yes, ooh, brown Nova saloons. Brown Nova saloons. So I took a photograph of this for my lady wife because even though we've probably seen that before already, that she actually had one of these in her family when she was growing up, so I'll just take a photograph of that for her whilst I'm here. There we go. Right. Jeep Xj Cherokee. I think we saw that helmet when we were here yesterday, so we've been putting part 1 or 2, I think. What is this? It's a Chrysler. It's pre-63. I don't know what this is actually. Some kind of very large Chrysler. Chrysler 300. Not very familiar with these myself. Another Escort 1.6 gear. 7980 plate on this one. That's a little bit more standard maybe. I think the gears maybe didn't have that wheel though. Just fall outside really. All Quattro, quite a late one. 8990 plate. Big sort of pickup thing. 1973. Is that an Australian? Maybe these are Holdens or something. Say here. Ford. No, it's probably a Falcon. Maybe that is too. I'm really bad in Australian cars, viewers. I'm sorry if I get it wrong. Another Mark 1 Golf GTI Cabriolet. No electric windows this time. Another Clan Crusader. I've never seen really these before, and I've seen now two in the same weekend. I've seen that one before. Xj Cherokee Limited, a bit like the one from Bugs actually, and it's got a beige leather interior. I do like beige leather interiors, viewers. I very much do. Lots more imps. If you like imps and Singer Chamois and Californians and Sunbeam Stilettos, then this is obviously the show for you. There's absolutely loads of them. Sorry. Mini Clubman, very late one. V, so 7980 plate. That's not the one they dragged out from the bottom of Longbridge, is it? A few years ago. It's the same sort of colour that you'd expect it to be. Yeah, it probably isn't. It looks the same. A50 Mini, 7172 plate. Mini Mayfair. I drove one of these Mini Mayfairs on the channel last year. It was an 89 Mini Mayfair, the one I drove. I think this looks a bit different though. This is certainly very different. Look at the front suspension being raised up all the way, and interesting gear lever too. Mr. Bill from Waswell's channel will be able to tell me a bit more about these things because I don't know first thing really about them. Honda Civic Mark III, I'd like to say. 86, 87 plate. And of course those door handles. Yes, the door handles. It went right the way through to under a Freelander. First generation one, finished in 2006. Very valuable now. Toyota Chase, we've seen that one. This huge thing here. Oh, that's big. It's from 1960. I think that's a Chevrolet Impala. Yes, it says Impala on the dash. Huge wings, even though they're a bit smaller than ones in the 59 Cadillac. Yeah, it's an Impala. It's actually a manual as well. Yeah, Chevy Impala. There's a car similar to that in Dr. No, actually. Right, simple when they have that very, very short chase. And oh, viewers, I mean, I've seen some tasty stuff, but my gosh, seven Fiat 131 Mirafioris. I don't think I've ever even seen one Fiat Mirafiori before in my life, and there are 7 of them here. Wow. I suppose we better go through them. This is a 1978 to 9 131 Mirafiori. I think this is called a 2000 TC Sport. This is a 2000 TC Super Mirafiori. This is very similar to the one used in the car chase in the 1981 film Le Professionnel, driven by Jean-Paul Belmondo. That was red. This is a blue one. This is an 83, 84. It's a little bit different, but yes, with the big square headlamps as well. Another 2000 TC Sport. This is an 8081. Look at that interior, lovely. 1600 TC Super Mirafiori. Uh, 81, 82 plate. Another one of the TCs. 8081 plate. Fiat twin cam register because they had a Fiat twin cam. Again, lovely brick red interior. Look at that little stubby gear lever. It's fascinating. Yes, 8081 plate. This is a Mirafiori CL. It's 1.4. So this is a bit of a lower spec one, but again quite a late car. Don't even get a rev counter in the CL. But those big square headlamps designates the Series III cars, and this is a little early one. These are This is a Series 2, I think. I can't remember what they call these sporty versions, but here is one, and wow, it's even got a little stubby gear lever too. Excellent. It would be remiss of me not to video this 1979 to 80 Ford Capri 2-litre S. This has appeared in a lot of videos I've done of the Shambolic Shuffles in the past, and it's fantastic. I love it. It's just brilliant. Another Mark II Escort. I think this would be a GL at least. It's got the vinyl roof. Sign of quality back in the day. Another Escort Mark I Mexico. Probably a 74 because they were phased out from 75 over the Mark II. I think I've seen, oh yes, viewers, in 1981 to 82, Datsun Laurel. And of course you've got some headlamp wiper action because that is the law. I just love a bit of 1980s Japanese interior. There's that Continental again. There we go, look, 2.4, St. Laurel, massive dealer plate on that. Another E30 BMW 3 Series, and there's that Lincoln Continental and the Vauxhall Carlton that we saw yesterday. Obviously a different position of the show. Right, I think it's time to look at some Lancias. Before we do, we just pass by this beautiful Mark II Cortina. This is a very late one, 6970, finished production 1970, so a very late one. Fraud Owners Club, maybe it's not a genuine 1600E, don't know what it is. I'll say this 1600E, we'll have to go with that, and also Essex plates, so that obviously makes things better. Oh viewers, that little Lancia was around yesterday, a Beta Coupe, but Lancia Monte Carlo Series 2 with no brake servo. That's where they fixed the problems of the braking. They removed the brake servo. This is quite a late one, be about 82 this one I should think. There is the engine. Another Lancia Fulvia. This is a Series 2, sort of beige leather interior. Oh viewers, I do like a beige leather interior, a nice beige leather interior, and I love Lancia Fulvias. It's a 1.3S. It's an HF, again, L Reg, so 7273. Alfasud, I think that's a Alfasud 1.5 Ti. This is a 82. So this is Series 3. They only made these for Quadrifoglio Verde. Another Alpha 145 with a little blue clover leaf, and a period Ericsson mobile phone too. Gosh, there's so many. I've never seen 3 Alpha 145s in the same show. Lancia Delta. I don't think that's an Integrale yet. This is an Integrale. Very late one. 1993, 94 on an L. We finished on an M actually. Fiat Uno Turbo IE. Very rare now. This is a 94. I don't know what engine's in this. This is a pre-facelift Uno. Ooh. A 1993 to 1994 Fiat Tipo Sedici Valvolve. Viewers. We just don't see things like this, do we? Don't see things like this at all. Sedici Valvolve, absolutely right. Right, let me just pause here whilst I take a photograph of this for one of my viewers. Wow, so very late HF Integrale. It's an N, so 95-96. Jolly Club. Oh, another 131 Mirafioris. This is a Abarth version. I've never seen one of these in real life before. It's extraordinary. That must be worth a fortune. right-hand drive as well. Wonderful. Lancia Beta Saloon. Again, these are really rare now. They sort of disintegrated to piles of rust and were responsible for enormous warranty claims of Lancia, and eventually led them to leave the country in 1994. This is a 79 to 80 model. I just haven't ever seen one of these in real life before. It's a 2000, Beta 2000. London plate on that. I think we saw that Fulvia yesterday. Interesting. It's integral with an Abarth badge on it. Ooh, very early Mark I Escort on the G, 68-69. Ford Popular Deluxe, a B100E called Boris, and an Escort Popular as well. 79 to 80 plate on that. That's an Escort twin cam though. It doesn't look as much, but that was the sort of first of the fast Escorts. Kent Old School Breakfast Club. And I do like a nice tasty Mark II Ford Escort RS 2000 for breakfast. I do like them. Fishnet seats and everything. I feel like Martin Shaw. In fact, his is a white one. More basic Mark II Escort. That gear knob suggests we've had an engine swap there. It's a 5-speed gearbox, maybe a Type 9. Oh, and another sort of professionals type Capri. It's the same colour. It's oyster gold with a round vinyl roof. In the first series of professionals, later on Lewis Collins switched to driving one of these. This is a 3-litre gear automatic. I don't think this is a... I'm not sure this is a 3-litre gear automatic. It isn't actually. It's a manual of some description, but I don't know what engine's in that. And another RS 2000. I think we saw that the other day. So let's finish off here with some Novas. This is a personal plate, and it had an Opel badge on it. Obviously Opel Corsa at this stage, not Opel Nova. We are the only ones who got the Vauxhall Nova, because it did sound like Corsa, as in like my mustard is Corsa. This is a relatively early one, but lettering. 1.9 GTI Peugeot. First facelift one. So 8990 this one. I think there's a Cavalier GSI wheels from the Mark III. Later one. So 92, 93. They finished production, I think, sort of early at 93, so a very late one. Another Mark II Golf GTI and a Cappuccino. Right, I think I'll just run up that line of Volkswagen over there, and then we'll call it a day. So we saw these two Skinos B3 passive estates yesterday. Just come through and have a look, Mr. Quirk from Planet Auto, of a line of Mark II Golfs. Lots and lots of GTIs. Is that a rally Golf? Yes, it is. It's a rally Golf. Wonderful. Mark II Country we saw yesterday. Big bumper, very late one on a J, so 92, probably 91, 92. And then this one. So that's it. From the 2021 Retro Rides Weekender. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and leave a comment below. This has been the 6th part of the videos that I've been doing, and it has been quite something. Yes, I hope you will subscribe and turn notifications on for more Shambolic Shuffles coming up. Even we have wind noise, incorrect information, and all kinds of other silly things. Social media links are down below. I really do mean it. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching.